YouTube. I'm just going to give you guys a update. I haven't posted a video in a little while, so we'll see what I have going today. This is just before winter. I think maybe 6 more days till the official first day of winter, but I have had a bunch of my herb plants, especially indoors, for quite some time, almost a month and a half, it turns out. This was a colder fall than usual by quite a lot, definitely compared to the last 5. Yeah, I had to bring them indoors. So here's the first of 5 that I'll show you. This is my oregano plant. I started this one, I have a previous video. I started it, I believe, maybe 16, 17 months ago, roughly. Started from seed, started very slow. Now I kept it going through the winter last year. Didn't really do a heck of a lot, but now it's doing great. In fact, I had it out this summer, all summer, just sitting there, and it was going okay. I got some oregano off of it, but it wasn't a thriving plant by any means. What I did before I brought it indoors is I repotted it to this bigger pot, and I found these big deep pots, they're really great for these kind of herbs. These actually don't even have holes in the bottom, which most people would recommend. For these, I'm not too worried about it. There's lots of soil. The thing is, with this volume of soil, it does seem to dry out quicker, especially with these vigorous herbs, but I just try to keep on top of that. But yeah, it's doing much better actually indoors than it was outdoors for this. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll give you guys a closer look. Yeah, it looks pretty crazy, eh? Next, and this one I really need to water. Out of any of my herbs, this is parsley. This is Italian parsley. Out of any of my herbs, I'd say that this one is the most water intensive user, I guess you could say. It really dries out quickly. Just likes to suck up all the water. I planted this one just in early fall, just to see if I could have something going to bring indoors, and yeah, that plan worked. These are quite huge sprigs of parsley, and they're delicious. I've used them as garnishes so far. Nice strong parsley taste. Yeah, but you can see how it's falling down. It really needs more water. I haven't watered these in about a week. With the oregano, it doesn't seem to care if I don't water it for a week, but this parsley surely does. Let's see what we have next. This is a mint plant that I brought indoors. I have an outdoor plant that I just basically took this off of. It'll still be growing outside in the spring. It continues to grow as a perennial here where I live. I just decided to bring some indoors just to see what would happen. And what it's really done is it's just sort of bolted. It's gone really tall. It's just reaching for the sun, basically. So I don't know what the deal is. Where I have it planted in the backyard, it's not a big sunny spot, and it grows just fine. But yeah, it's growing kind of funny indoors, but it's okay. Yeah, it's enough mint for me to use throughout the winter. It's not the prettiest looking plant the way it's growing right now, the way it's bolting, but that's no problem. Okay, next is my thyme. It's been growing excellent. I started this also in the, I guess you could say early fall, late summer, sometime in September. Started from seed, and it's just been growing crazy. It started growing just normal, big sprigs. They get a little woody, and now it's just sort of turned into a big clumpy bush, but that's okay. It's nice. I have some plans for some thyme recipes, so that's all good. It's funny that, see this? That's not thyme, that's a tomato plant. That wasn't on purpose. Anytime you repot something, and that's what I did. I started this from seed in September, repotted it in early November, and I was just using a mix of compost and stuff. So that happens where the compost, I must have had some old tomato seeds or whatever in there, and yeah, Just eventually one of my waterings just made it take, and that's what happened. So I could save this, but I'm not going to. It is growing really nicely though. But yeah, I'll start them from seed. See, the issue is here, if I do take an unknown variety of tomato plant, I can't really properly plan along with the other tomato plants I'm going to be growing in the spring. I like to plan things based on, you know, if it's a cherry type tomato, I'm going to grow it in a certain spot versus a regular sized tomato. Different types of tomatoes I'll plant a little bit closer together. Other ones, you know, I won't. Like for example, cherry tomatoes, you can plant them really close together. They don't seem to care. They'll just grow up and out. They'll tangle around each other. But if you start doing that with, you know, your standard bigger tomatoes, they don't like that very much. So that's it for this one. Going to my compost. And then finally, this big old thing. This is my rosemary. This is just off of, this is just one plant. Like the other ones you see, these are all multiple plants. This is in fact just one. You can see the main trunk off the bottom. And yeah, it grows great. And I find that as you prune it or, you know, use rosemary off of it, you know, it's nice to use a little sprig if you're cooking a steak, you know, with some butter, and, you know, there's lots of recipes about that. Anyway, yeah, the more you cut it, it seems to just grow more. So it's kind of great. It's like a self-sustaining plant. I really like that. And it doesn't seem to mind being indoors. I would say out of all these, they really don't mind being indoors, except for the parsley. I can tell it's not loving it indoors. Maybe if I had a little bit wetter soil or watered it more often, but yeah, the other ones seem to do quite well indoors. The humidity in here is really lower than it should be. It's in the between 30 to 40% range, and that's even with a small humidifier going. So some of these seem to not mind at all. So that's it. That's my herb garden for this year. So that's it. That's my herb garden for this year. Hopefully most of these will make it through, or all of them will. And I'll be growing these outdoors. I'll have many more harvests of herbs. Thanks for watching.